Let's get back to Suzanne Gibson. I'm sure she's not interested in talking about that. Suzanne, before I went to a break, Suzanne Gibson with Chugach Electric. Welcome back to the program, Suzanne.
Thank you.
Thank you for allowing us to have a little fun there for a minute. In the governor's press release today, it says, in signing the contract for 66 billion cubic feet of gas, ConocoPhillips has satisfied the final provision of the 2008 Kenai LNG settlement agreement among Conoco, Marathon, in the state of Alaska. Chugach Electric says that it will now withdraw its objection before the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals in San Francisco. Tell us about that.
Well, as you know, I guess back in 2007, Marathon and Conoco filed with the Department of Energy to get authorization to continue LNG exports out of Kenai. And at the time, we intervened in that case requesting that the export authorization be conditioned upon those producers making commitments to meet local needs, since we're not connected to the lower 48 or to Canada, and we rely on natural gas to meet both electricity and heating needs. We felt like it was important to protect consumers by being involved in that case. And so the Department of Energy granted the authorization without conditioning the license, and we filed an appeal in the Ninth Circuit. And once we got to an agreement with Conoco to have our needs met, we obviously agreed to withdraw that appeal.
Do you think that the lawsuit is what precipitated this settlement? Or at least encouraged it?
Well, I think that it's important to Conoco to both be able to meet local needs and to export.
I see.
So I'm certain that there was an impact there, yeah.
All right. Let's go to the Agrium plant. The Agrium plant was closed down. I got Warren on line 1, 2. I'll get to Warren. I got a couple of phone calls. Let me get to this real quick, though. Is this going to have any impact? Will the Agrium plant reopen because of this new contract?
No.
Okay. And why?
Well, Chugach doesn't supply natural gas to Agrium.
All right.
And so Agrium was unable to secure natural gas supplies. LNG is going to be exported, and so I don't know that anything has changed to make natural gas available to Agrium.
Is there enough with this contract, and is there enough natural gas supply in a market for you to enter into a relationship with Agrium? Or is that something that just doesn't work?
That doesn't work only because we take the natural gas and we generate electricity with it. We don't resell natural gas, and we certainly did not buy enough natural gas to resell to Agrium.
And I kind of cursored this issue with you earlier, but I want to kind of go at it one more time with you. Is there now what would you refer to as an abundant supply of gas now, or are there still going to be potential shortages during peak times?
That's a difficult question to answer. I think that the Department of Energy says that the Cook Inlet has an abundant amount of natural gas.
Okay.
Now, whether that is readily available in existing fields or whether further exploration needs to be encouraged, I can't say at this very moment.
All right.
For the near term, we're okay.
Okay. Thank you. Let's go to Warren, 274-5297. Warren, you're on with Suzanne Gibson from Chugach Electric.
Thank you, Eddie. Yeah, the big argument that we've seen in the paper for about the last 36 months is abundance. More of a danger of running out than price. And I'm sitting here wondering why Chugach would pull back on that court case. If I'm not mistaken, it was stated in the paper that if we stopped the exporting of natural gas from Cook Inlet, we had an abundance for 25 years of gas for local use.
You're talking about exporting to Japan, right?
Yes, wherever they export it to.
Okay.
But the other kicker, and I'm almost sitting here wishing that Chugach had remained in the case, exhausted those avenues as well as to negotiate with the folks. But the other thing is that natural gas has gone down in price a minimum of 60% across the South 48.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, here we sit to this day, not getting a fast response from the suppliers and not getting a fast response from the regulators on lowering our heating bills. And it's, you really have suspicion it's a stacked deck against the user, especially in this closed market. But you can check the natural gas phenomena. It's going to be down probably by the end of this year. It'll be down 80% of what it was 18 months ago.
Okay, so I think we have two questions. One was, why did Chugach back out of that legal case? Secondly, why is Alaska or South Central consumers not really reaping the benefits of national pricing?
Yeah,
is that a fair? Is that okay?
It's clear as the bell in the paper.
All right, let's. Suzanne, can you?
I'm going to hang up, Eddie.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Suzanne, you want to tackle that for me, please?
Yes, I can. In fact, I'm going to do it in reverse order.
All right.
The reason why South Central Alaskans haven't seen as much of an impact to their energy bill as they would hope to see after seeing what prices have done in the lower 48 is because of the way that the contracts work. For instance, Instar's prices get set one time per year, and so they're based off of something that happened back in September, and the price gets set for the following year. So next year, you will likely see that decrease in price. But for this year, the prices from last year are still in effect. And for Chugach, it's kind of the same phenomenon. Our prices are kind of a 15-month trailing average. So you will start to see this lower price enter into your energy bills. Our new contracts track the market on a shorter time period, so there's only a 3-month delay before you see the difference in the lower 48 price and the price in Alaska. So I think that you will see lower prices coming in the future.
Well, we hope so.
As far as why we didn't stick with the LNG appeal, I guess the current export authority is only for 2 years, and we just felt like we got what we bargained for. We asked them to take care of us, and then as a result, we've decided.
So this was a you would. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you would feel this is more of a compromise decision rather than a total what you would refer to as a victory.
Yes, I would.
Right. All right. So maybe
a compromise.
Right. Now that we have supply, that I guess that decision outweighed the other issues at hand. Is that fair?
That's fair. And the truth is that the LNG plant does provide jobs, and it does provide synthetic storage in the wintertime to meet peak demand. So, there are good things about the LNG export.
Well, I think as a consumers, we've been reading, as the average moms and dads out there, homeowners, whatever, renters across the South Central, we've been hearing these fears of running out of gas, and that during peak times, there's always a potential of not having gas. And I think that was a fear. I don't know if it was real or not, but I think what you've told us today is that I think we can be reassured to some degree that those fears are somewhat over with.
Well, they're over for the short term. Chugach feels confident that we have the gas that we need through 2011. We're working on, additional contracts out into the future. And so we feel like this is a very good deal for
Does the public need to be supportive of more development in Cook Inlet? The beluga whale issue is out there. I know that's a big issue. The federal government's weighed in on that. Potentially a protected species. Do you see that as a problem in the future?
I definitely think that the beluga whale issue does provide challenges for exploration, and I think we should be pro-production.
Ever vigilant.
Yep.
Yeah, we do.
We rely on it. We can't live here without energy.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Suzanne Gibson, Chugach Electric. Thank you so much for the time you spent with us today. Very informative and somewhat of a short-term victory, hopefully, for South Central consumers of natural gas. Again, appreciate your time, and thank you for coming on today.